this series of geometric construction, this is video number 2, and we are looking at construction of 4 major angles, and there's one bonus construction. I will make it at the end to make it the 5th one. Yeah, so stick around up to the end of the video in order for you to see that magic construction in number 5. We already talked about the instrument used for construction, and particularly for now, we're looking at construction of angle 90, and let's get our instruments. We can get the first instrument, and that is the ruler. Firstly, we need to grab your pencil and make a line. So let's make a line here. After making that line, we can take this ruler aside and we get our pair of compass. Now we can make an adjustment of this pair of compass to suit the center in which we have selected, like assuming I wanted to make it here. So let's adjust it until it touches the line. I think I'm happy with this. For us to start, we can adjust also the radius of our pair of compass. Then we slide it, so we can slide it down here and make an arc. Then we can rotate it to the other side and also make an arc here. After that, we pick out our pair of compass, then we increase the size and we rotate it to be fixed to exactly this point where the axe is meeting the line. So once you are happy with the adjustment, then we can rotate it to make sure that it is almost at the center. We have the center here marked, and we can make an arc somewhere here. Then we can take the same pair of compass with the same radius and place it here. Then we can also adjust it until we are happy with it. So we can bring the same thing here and let's make an arc. Now we're done with our pair of compass, so we can get back to our ruler and adjust this ruler such that we join exactly at that. So I have two options, either to use a ruler or to use a line. And to feel more natural, I think let us use a ruler. So this one is a little bit longer. Let this down a little. Now we can adjust this ruler such that it lies exactly at this mark here. I think here is somehow good. So we get our pencil and draw a straight line passing through the axis, and we can take off our ruler. After that, we can make our angle of 90 here, and that is of course the side of angle 90. Then we can move on and get our protractor to measure this angle. So if I place that, adjust it well around there, you can see this is exactly at 90. Take a closer look. This is the point where it meets the horizontal, and when you look at here, it's exactly passing at that angle 90. Maybe you can use magnifier to see that it is exactly lying there. Yeah, so you can see our line we have drawn is passing exactly at 90. This is how we construct an angle of 90. So let's go on to look at the next construction. Following what we have learned here, we need to do a construction of a perpendicular bisector. And this is what I'm talking about, construction of a perpendicular bisector of a line segment. Now, assuming we have a line segment, and this line segment, of course, we can also draw using a ruler. So if this is our ruler, we place it somewhere here in the middle of our page, and we get pencil. This time I'm using black. Now adjust it well. Then we have that drawn. Mark 2 points at random, maybe taking another point maybe here, and this is going to be my point. I'm going to make a perpendicular bisector of, and these points will be A, and here we have B, such that AB is the line segment that we want to bisect. So to bisect means to divide it into 2 equal circles. With that, let us move on and get our pair of compass. And I think we need to move off this ruler. So one thing we need to also mark here is, if the distance from the point you have marked is long, you can bring the axis nearer so that the construction is not taken far. Like what I'm talking about here is we can get this and adjust it. Our pair of compass we adjust it to one of the point mark, and once you're happy that it is exactly at the point, then we can extend or create more radius such that it is more than half of the length. Now the half we can estimate is somewhere here, so it is more than half the length. I think let's increase it more. Now here is okay, we can rotate it somehow down and we make an arc, then taking also the same thing here and we place it to point B, and once we adjust it also correctly, like I think at this point is okay, we can also rotate it nearer and make an arc. So once we have done these two axes, maybe reduce this thing down and let us adjust our tip of the compass well, and here is in good position. We can create an arc here like that, then we transfer to the next axis we created here, and maybe I can also rotate a little. It is not the best position, somewhere here is okay. Now once we are happy adjusting it exactly touching here, then we can move on and also create another arc like that. I think one thing we forgot from this side here, we're supposed to make it also down here, so we will still come back. Let's move on to the next side here and also create another arc. Then let's transfer it back to where we made an arc before, and we adjust it well such that we have fair diagram. I think here is okay, so I can rotate this nearer. Here is fairer, then we also make an arc. Therefore, we are done with our construction. Getting back our ruler, then adjusting it vertically, and we join these 2 points where the axes meet in order for us to be able to obtain the perpendicular bisector. So bringing this one here, adjusting it well. I think like this is looking fairer. Let's get our pencil and join these 2 axes together, and after that we are done. Now let's come back and confirm using our ruler. Remember, we are bisecting this into 2 equal parts. Like if I put on my ruler to measure, you can see that this ruler measurement from here, that is 0 as a reference, it moves up to here. Now how many centimeters? This is not exactly 5, but when you look at this 1, 2, also 1, 2, and this small one here, this small part, let's use magnifier. So let's take a look from here, from point A. Point A is this one here. Now after the end here of point B is this one here. When you look at here, it is 9.6. Now when you divide 9.6 by 2, 9.6 by 2, we have 4.8. Now let's take a look at this reading here from one of the side. When you look at up to here is 4 and here is 5, 6, 7, 8, exactly 4.8. Meaning we have divided this line AB into 2 equal parts. And again from here, let us confirm it by taking our ruler to start measuring this from the center here. I think that measurement is fairer. There is okay. Now when you take a look at here, this is from 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. In the middle here is also 0.5, 6, 7, 8. Then let's use our magnifier. Yeah, so you can see up to here, this is 4.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. And exactly we have divided this line segment AB into 2 equal parts. And this is also application of angle 90 that we have just constructed in our first part there. Now let's move on to the next one here, and that is construction of angle 60. So the same steps are followed. The first thing is always we get our ruler, then I'm gonna construct all my constructions using anti-clockwise movement, because anti-clockwise direction is considered positive. And from the default of my protractor, you can see my measurement is reading from the left to the right, moving in that anti-clockwise direction. But feel free, if you use the internal degrees measurement here, you can be measuring also from there like that. So with all this, let us start with our construction of angle 60. Firstly, we adjust our ruler, then draw an appropriate line. We can get our pair of compass. So let's adjust until it touches the line, and we can rotate it beyond the line here. Then we can make an arc. So you're free also to continue this arc all the way somewhere, but I think I need to leave mine halfway and then rotate this again up to some distance. I also continue with the arcs like that. This is enough. Then we can transfer this compass to join, leaving a mark here, and let us see it well. The mark is somewhere here, and this is the center where we're gonna mark our angle 60. Adjust this pair of compass so that it meets the axis exactly at that point. So I think I'm happy with this measurement, so we can rotate it nearer to the axis of created is okay. Then we can create another axis. So from there, we're done with our compass. We can remove it off. Then get our ruler, putting it exactly where this center is, and then the part. Now I can adjust it until it touches there. I think here is somehow looking fairer. Let's get our pencil and join these two together. Some people, after joining, they will use an arrow to point to where the line is drawn, like giving an arrow like this. But this line is not ending here, it's continuing in that direction, even that one is continuing here. Now this angle here is giving us 60. We can write it there 60 degrees, and that is the angle 60 degrees in this anti-clockwise measurement. Okay, let's go on and also give some labeling here saying this is A and this is B. Or somebody can say C, so that the angle is BAC. So this is our angle. Let's move on and also try to test it to see that it works well or is exactly 60 degrees. So adjusting this, yeah, I think you can see using our magnifier, this is passing exactly at 60 degrees here. And this is how we construct an angle of 60. So let's move on to the next construction, and that is construction of angle of 120. So this is exactly the same thing we've just done here, like the angle 60. I'm going to make 120 to be in the anti-clockwise direction. So I will construct the same thing in the opposite direction, such that my angle is measured from anti-clockwise. We get our pencil and we draw our line. After that, let's take this ruler away from here and we get our compass. We also adjust the graph compass, and this time we want to place it somewhere here. And once we are happy that it has touched the line well, then we can make an arc. So before making the arcs, this time I'll make it continuous, just like I mentioned earlier on. So starting from down here, we'll make it continuous until somewhere there. Then I transfer the whole thing to this side here. Then we readjust to see that it is well positioned in where the axe is meeting our major horizontal line. So we can adjust this and create an arc here. Then thereafter, we're done with our construction. So let's join using our ruler. So adjusting our ruler here until this point, which is the center exactly, meets with the other one here. I think it's not nice. So let's keep on adjusting until we know that is around there. I think this one looks a little bit fairer. So we get our pencil, adjust it well, and we join to the center. As before, we can also take off this ruler, then make some labeling. This time I'm labeling this one as O as the center, then from somewhere maybe A, and somewhere here let's say C. The measurement goes from anti-clockwise there, 120. So we have 120 degrees as the angle, and that is in that direction. So the other side is 60 plus 120 equals to 180 degrees. Angle sum in a straight line. So confirming using our protractor, we'll adjust this one slightly. Perfect. So you can see here, this is 120 is passing directly at where this axis meet. You can see it's really looking perfect, and exactly is passing from 120 or 60 degrees. So this is how we construct an angle of 120, and I refer to them as primary angles because you make on one construction to get primary construction angle. I told you earlier on that we're going to look at the bonus question, and here comes our bonus construction. Now for the bonus construction, what is it exactly? This blank, we don't see anything on our page. Yes. So what we do, assuming we're given a line segment, and this line segment contains a certain point. So let's first draw our line segment here. Let's use a red color for our construction, and after adjusting, this is our line segment. Now I can take this one away and have a point drawn somewhere. So let's just get randomly a point drawn be here, just using a pencil, because you can be given a scenario like that, and this would be given a name, maybe Q. So you are asked to construct a line that is passing through Q and meeting our line segment. Maybe you can call this line segment as AB. So if this is A and this is B, now we are told to construct a perpendicular bisector passing through point Q, meeting line AB at 90 degrees. So with this, how do you make this construction? Simple. We get our pair of compass, we make a rotation, then we can bring it to where exactly this point is. Make sure you adjust it well until it is touching the point exactly at the center. And maybe take a look using our magnifier. And yeah, I think this one is okay. So since I'm happy with that, I can make a rotation to make sure that this one cuts our line AB somewhere here. So we can either cut continuously, or you can stop somewhere here, then rotate this one off, and also somewhere near the line we can make an arc. Then after that we can extend this a little longer, maybe around there, and we can make rotation. So then we get more of this space here by taking off this ruler. Then after that I can take this one. Okay, yes, okay. Now let's rotate it a little this side, and we can make an arc here, and we make the same arcs from down here, maybe around here, and make an arc, and in this arcs here towards B, let's adjust it until it's okay. I think here is fair. Okay, after that we can also make an arc. Oops, I made some small error, so let me go back and identify where this one was cutting before. So we can extend a little bit to touch. You can see there's some small gap I created here. Let me identify it. Yeah, so let's push our extension a little to touch the line. Yeah, here's okay. So let's take it back and make sure that it meets perfectly at point B. Now from here we can make a rotation and make an arc. Again, we also make another arc from down here. So after that we're done with our pair of compass. Let's get our ruler to join those 2 points together, so we can make this ruler a little vertical, so we can adjust to make sure that the 3 points lie in a straight line. I think in my first putting is just okay. Now let's get our pencil and join these 3 points together. That is the meeting point, and through the point Q, and we continue through our AB, and we end there. So from here, that is the perpendicular bisector of line AB passing through point Q. As you can see, it's exactly passing through this point. So our main aim is, we are given a point, I need to construct a line that passes through the point and cutting the horizontal line at 90 degrees. So you can see here that okay, this is 90 degrees, and that is exactly what we have for this lesson. In our next video, we're gonna look at construction of secondary angles. And when you talk about secondary, is the bisection of angles like 60, 90, and mention them. So stick around after that time. If you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscription button so that you get notified when the next video uploads. See you until then. Peace out.